It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
Sitting down here at the 9-foot homemade oak bar, I have some folks from your local American Legion. Bruce is here, Gina's here, Renee is here. If you're on the YouTube channel, they are from right to left on your screen. And Bruce, you were the first one to show up, so you're going to be the first guy that I talked to because you kept telling me that you weren't so sure about this.
That's right, I'm apprehensive.
I want you to be comfortable here. I hope the bar is comfortable for you. The three of you, I already kind of know what people's misperceptions about an American Legion are, that everybody that is part of the American Legion has to be a veteran, like directly a veteran. But that's not the case, correct? Not everybody here at this bar is a vet, right?
No, you're correct. And most of our clientele, customers, and friends over there are not veterans. We're open, of course, to veterans of all wars. And there's an organization called the Sons of the American Legion that's open to the male sons and progeny of these veterans. Whether it's your grandfather, your father, you're eligible to be a member of the Sons of the American Legion. We have the Ladies Auxiliary for the wives and daughters and sweethearts of veterans. We have the Legion Riders. This is a group that's been assembled of the previous three groups, and they ride motorcycles. So that's what the glue that keeps them stuck together. So we've got a program just about for anybody.
Yeah, it seems like that. Anybody can get involved, essentially, over at the local American Legion, over at 97th and Kedzie. And Gina, what do you do over there?
I'm the post manager. Okay.
You run the whole thing?
Yep.
You keep everybody in line?
Yes, I do.
Is that difficult?
Sometimes.
So, I mean, like one of the things that I love about that place, you got a great bar. It's a nice place to go into and hang out. There's a game on every wall. Like people don't realize that. You can walk in, no matter where you're sitting, you can not only see what's going on television, you can talk to anybody across the horseshoe of that bar. You have very friendly staff in there. You got video gaming in there. You got a really nice room for people to entertain in, to rent out. Do you need to be a member of the Legion to rent that facility? Because I always see people on Facebook going, I'm looking for a place to throw a party. And I always think to myself, like, do they understand what's over at 97th and Kedzie?
No, you do not need to be a member to rent the banquet hall. Anybody can rent it. It's by availability, obviously. But no, come out and see it.
It was just remodeled too recently, right?
Yes.
In the last couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's really pretty in there. It's very nice. I've been to a couple events in it. And if you've been in it, let's say if you were in it 5 years ago and you picture it, trust me, it looks very different now, doesn't it?
Oh, that's what I hear. I don't know what it was back then, but...
No.
Bruce, were you there? You remember the difference?
Let me tell you something. Let me interject. While you ask if you have to be a member, our doors are open to the general public, and we encourage any and all to come on in and, if you want to have a cocktail, that's fine. If you want to participate in any of our numerous events in the main hall or the members room, we've got many programs that Gina can talk about. And I know Renee's got some things lined up also.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to get to him. You've made a little bit of a list. You've got a few events coming up here in October alone. It seems like you guys are always really busy over there.
Well, that's the one thing I'd like to go back to. You had mentioned the bar. I've been born and raised here in Evergreen, and I remember when Bruce is our new commander, newly elected, and Bruce has been at the Legion a long time, but he used to be paneling. And I remember when I was a kid setting up for bingo and stuff, it was really old and dated. But the Legion has a lot more to offer. You mentioned the great bar. And having been born and raised here and seeing the Legion evolve and stuff, it's not a bar. There's sort of a misconception. Yes, there's the bar. That's the focal point. It's the same thing for your podcast.
Yeah.
Your bar is the focal point. It's a great gathering place. But we have so much more to offer, especially for the families. We recently had Country Fest. We had a luau. Those were all family friendly. We had things for the kids to do. We have open mic night on Tuesdays. We have karaoke. We have the psychic. Mary Beth comes in and she does psychic readings, and so we're very friendly family friendly, having those events. So it's more than just the bar. So there's always that stigma that, hey, I'm going to the Legion, it's an old man's bar. That's not true.
No, I get that. I've had my kids up there for a couple of your events.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very aware of that.
Obviously, they can't sit at the bar, but when we have the events,
they get to sit at this bar.
We have the pancake breakfast. Well, we have the pancake breakfast. The auxiliary puts on the pancake breakfast, and that's got the Easter bunny. We have Santa there. We have our St. Patrick's party, which we have the the dancers.
That-
The Dennehy Irish
Yep.
dancers are in on that. The bagpipers.
The Stockyard Kilty
the
Band.
Stockyard Kilty Band. We're the home base for them. They practice at our place every Friday. Like
Every
Bruce had
Friday.
mentioned, either in the members room or in the big room if it's available. And sometimes they'll go out in the parking lot.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. I want to make sure I got this straight. If I go in there on a Friday, there's a possibility I'm going to hear some bagpiping somewhere, and I'm not imagining it.
Yes, you will.
No charge.
That's awesome. I love that.
It's one of the reasons we don't have live entertainment on Fridays.
Yeah.
Because you have the competing going on.
Right.
Our live entertainment is every Saturday. Gina brings in some great acoustic performers. Sometimes we have some bands. And if we don't have that, we have Smoke and Joe karaoke
Yeah.
on Saturday night once a month.
Gina,
Yes.
that's a question I'd love to ask you. Just a curiosity for me. You know, I've been very interested in the local Southside music scene, and I've talked to a couple different musicians that are around the Southside. I'm curious. Is it hard for you to find acts, or are there too many of them? Because, I've talked to some people and they're like, I'm able to get a gig here, and it seems like they're always playing. I've talked to other ones that are still trying to figure out where to go. So what was that like, getting involved and trying to figure out how to book the Legion for the live music acts?
Well, a lot of them we've used over and over.
You got some favorites.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They come back monthly, sometimes every 6 months. We are having, Renee mentioned, the open mic nights. So we're trying to grab some of that entertainment from that, giving them the opportunity. That's why we're having the open mic night, to give these people the opportunity to, grow their bands, their soloists, whatever. So we did grab a couple new ones from there that are going to be performing towards the end of this year. But no, it's not really that difficult to find the bands and stuff on the weekends. I mean, I search them on the internet. I try to get their, what their fan base is, and try to draw in some bigger ones, some smaller ones. I kind of mix it up.
What works better for you, the acoustic artists or the ones that are going to come in with all the equipment and be a little louder?
When they come in with all the equipment, it's just a little tight in there.
Yeah, I would think so.
Right,
You seem
so-
like a really good acoustic venue. That's what I would always think. I've always kind of
So
pictured
those
that.
do work better.
Yeah, that's
Right,
awesome.
right.
Bruce, your favorite event of the year, off the top of your head, what would you think it would be
Oh,
over
the
there?
spaghetti dinner. It's always sold out.
Really?
Nobody goes home hungry, and it's a fair price for all.
And that's coming up, right, Renee? Is it
Friday the 18th.
Friday the 18th? So just a few days after this episode comes out, we've got it on Friday the 18th. Is this a tickets in advance thing? Do you get people that show up at the door? What's the best way for somebody who wants to be part of the spaghetti dinner?
Tickets in advance. Gina, what is the price on those? Do you know?
The adults are $10. The kids are $6.
And you guys sell out on this thing. This must be good spaghetti. Who makes it? Is there somebody who makes it every year? Or is this like a collective that makes it?
Well,
do you
this is a
have a
lady-
yearly recipe that like
Sure.
this is
It's a
this is
secret.
Legion spaghetti?
It must be. It's the ladies' auxiliary event. It's a fundraiser for them, and it's fun for the entire village. We get to see old friends who've been away for a while and come back. Then we also get to build up a new fan base. Everyone likes their spaghetti, and for an extra $1 or $2, you might get a meatball or a sausage.
and tickets for that event are available at AmericanLegion854.org. You
All right.
can get them online. We add you to the list, and when you come in and check in, your name is on the list. You're all good to go.
Very cool. You have some other things coming up this month, right?
Yeah.
Couple things.
We
I know we're in the
have-
middle of the month, so I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you got a few things.
On the 24th, we have Lucy at the Legion. We have a performer coming in. Her name is Leslie Goddard. She does Women of History. So we're doing a dinner show. She's going to come and do an hour skit, and then we're going to serve dinner during it. The tickets are available again at our website, and then also at the front bar. There's $30 a piece, and dinner and a show.
So the dinner and the show things, I'm assuming, are happening in that big, great room that you
Right.
have, right?
Right.
The acoustic act, I would imagine,
In the
is
bar.
that's in the bar area. So you're able. The versatility of the facilities is incredible. I know a lot of work has gone into that in the last couple of years. You guys must be pretty proud of where the facilities are at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
We try to keep the building updated, just like you at your home. You like to have things comfortable, but you can't go 20 or 30 years without taking care of business. And every now and then, every age, we clean out the house, start from fresh, a new roof, walls, paint, and we're ready for the 21st century here at Evergreen Park.
And back to the Lucy at the Legion thing. That's another one of those events that is, doesn't have a lot to do with our veterans or anything. This is a lady who has a PhD in social sciences, has looked into the biographies of these people, and she's putting on this show that's really going to be, like a one-of-a-kind event. Those are the kind of things that we're trying to bring. We're trying to facilitate everyone's needs and what they might enjoy, and this is a great opportunity.
Do you figure that out by input from the Legion members? Because, you have a very diverse group of people that are in there. Like you said, you have some that are veterans, you have the Women's Auxiliary, you got the sons, you got the guys riding the motorcycles, you got kids that are running around. So that means you got family input. Is it something where you're constantly surveying the group? Because it seems like, and tell me if I'm wrong, it seems like what the Legion is like this giant club that's got like some subsets to the club, but it's still open to people that aren't a part of the club because you're welcome to come in there and enjoy it. Is that the best way to describe it?
Yeah, somewhat, but one of the things, like you asked, with our events, I think the best thing that we do, and you had mentioned that we're open to the public, Bruce, which is really important, is we listen to our patrons.
Yeah. We
listen to them and what they want. If we did what the three of us and Matt sitting behind us, we did what we wanted to do, I don't think it would appeal to everyone. So we try to do, we have Queen of Hearts on Wednesdays. Okay, and we also have the auxiliary there. They're doing Split the Pot. We're also doing Cut the Deck from the Legion Riders. So we've got so much going on. There was a couple in there last week, and they said, hey, we snuck in here. Do we have to have a membership? I explained the whole thing to them, and I said, please, 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 spread the word and let people know what we have to offer. I run our website, and I see who signs up for emails. The husband and wife both signed up for emails to be on our email list the next morning. So they'll help us spread the word. But we do listen to our patrons. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we listen to our members.
Yeah.
Right.
But we have so many things that we do for the members already, especially our color guard, which I don't think we should be on this broadcast without mentioning the fine job they just did at our flag retirement ceremony.
Flag retirement ceremony last Friday. We had gathered a number of tattered flags that are out of service, and people wonder where I can take my flag. Well, if your flag is tattered and not fit for service any longer, you can drop it off at our post, and we're going to probably do this yearly. We're going to retire these flags in an honorable manner. The color guard was out to present arms, and we had a very nice ceremony. I counted at least 40 or 50 people out there in attendance. So, we're your one-stop patriotic shop. Mayors going back as far as Tony Vacco have called us the hidden treasure of Evergreen Park.
I was just thinking to myself, there's so many entertainment options, and there's some really nice restaurants that are here in town and some really nice places that people can go out, but bang for your buck wise, it seems like you guys are always doing something really big. You got a lot of people that are involved over there. It's a fun time, and it's very affordable. For either if I'm going out to just kind of meet friends over there, or if we're going to a show that the Legion's putting on, or if it's any kind of entertainment, or if, let's say again back to that beautiful room that you have and you're deciding to throw a party. It really is something that's kind of a hidden gem, and I feel like more people have noticed it recently. Have you guys seen an uptick over the last couple of years of people noticing it, or is that still a problem? You're still trying to get your message out?
No, we've gone with the times. We got a new sign out in front that's a real eye catcher for traffic up and down Kedzie.
Well, the flame is an eye catcher as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I remember that flame as a young kid riding in the back of my parents' car on Kedzie in the mid-'50s, and there was a cannon out in front, and there was a flame, and when you're a little kid, that catches your eye and sticks in your mind. But now it's come full circle. We've redone the monument. Matt and a couple of the fellas were out there painting the cannon, and we're ready to go. We want to be a good part of the community, and everyone's welcome over there.
And you had mentioned the value that we bring to the community. Gina just brought in a new pizza line, some frozen pizzas that have been flying off the shelf, some crazy flavors. There's a jardiniere, there's a jalapeno one, all kinds of stuff. But back to the value, look at what the core is of the American Legion. It's about the veterans.
Right.
Our pricing is reasonable. It's affordable. And we our veterans are the base of it. And they come in, they sit down. You've got to make it affordable for them. Their motto is, there's no special privilege for them. It's shared by everyone. So you get to do that. The people from the public get to do that. And thank you to the veterans for having a place like this for the general public to go, for you to hang out. You've mentioned some of the great things there. Gina gets it. Her family is in there all the time enjoying the events. So it's yes, we need to make money to do the upkeep and have all the great programs we do. But the same thing, in no way, shape, or form is the Legion out to make a buck. You're never going to pay $7.
I don't think you're all going to become millionaires based on how you're doing things, which is a great value for everybody in the neighborhood. All right, so we've got some events coming up here. Again, it's over at 97th and Kedzie. What's the website one more time? AmericanLegion854.org. And the most important thing is on Facebook, folks. If you want to follow us on Facebook, we are American Legion of Evergreen Park 854. There's been some other Facebook pages that have been started in the past, and those are gone. Please look for the correct one, and it's going to be easy for you to find the right one. We update it almost daily, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. That's the best place to find out what's going on, because everything changes. Because we've got trivia on Monday, which we didn't mention. There is always something going on at the Post. Go to the website, check us out on Facebook. There's a ton going on there all the time. Awesome. Renee, Gina, Bruce, thanks so much for joining me down here, and I look
you.
forward to seeing you guys at the Legion this year.
We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.